Cheers? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Sean C. And tonight we have a huge topic to talk about. I did not mean for this topic to get as broad as it did today, but I had a folder with a bunch of clips in it. I was going to make a video about it, but I thought that this was better served to talk directly to you, the gents, okay? So let me say that I appreciate each and every one of you guys right now. For being here. Thank you for being here. Sorry if everything is a little laggy right now. Sometimes this time of the day, a lot of people are using their internet. But let me say this. Today, we're going to ask the question, should society be concerned about how men are feeling, particularly single dads, or not single dads, fathers, right? And if you want to go more specifically, even though this applies to all men, because all men are going through this right now in modern Western society, but we're specifically going to look at, in certain instances, we're going to look at Black fathers, okay? I came across two videos, and these videos showed a very disturbing trend, okay? I got these videos from the day after Father's Day, and then I started seeing multiple videos pop up with Black men expressing concern about how they are treated. And then my video idea morphed into something bigger as I started seeing more and more of these trends in society that men are shockingly and disturbingly forgotten about. I'm going to do a shout out to the gents, but we have a lot of video clips tonight. So I am going to just probably stick to the videos tonight so we can get through all of them in a expeditious time. But if you want to be a sponsor of tonight's video, you can do so by contributing a super chat or a cash app. Again, but I will tell you that I thank you all very much for all the support and love that you with the live stream. Can you all hear me right now? Because right now I am seeing this thing break up a lot. Shout out to you, King. Thank you for being here tonight. He says, what up, TSG and fam? Thank you for being here. If this thing gets too laggy, I might restart this. But like I said, a lot of people tend to use their, I live in a city, so a lot of people tend to use the internet at this point in time. So, but anyway, again, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the gents who contribute to the show regularly. Everything you do goes back to the show. Now, I want to get into the first clip to show you exactly what I have been seeing. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this when I start to play it.
Didn't nobody call and wish me a happy Father's Day today. You know what I'm saying? All the goddamn money I've been spending, all the goddamn cars and shit I done bought, but then nobody call and say nothing to me. But goddamn it, what about me? I'm a father too. Somebody call this goddamn, say something, say thank you, kiss my ass or something. What about me? Hell, all the shit I've been through feeding motherfuckers, and then they turn around and give me their ass a kiss. What about me?
All right, so this was one of many videos that end up popping up on my timeline on social media right after Father's Day. Thank you for that, King. I appreciate you. Again, I'm sorry about the stream, you guys. Seems to be a little laggy tonight. And if it is, then I'll just proceed on with the video clips and I'll just talk in the background. All right. Let me get to the second clip here. Again, we have a lot of clips to get through tonight. So I will prioritize the super chats tonight. Okay, the video is lagging. King, what about the main clip? Was the main clip lagging? Was the main clip lagging on here? Because let's see. All right, I'm gonna do this and see if this works better. If we have a lag in audio or video tonight, then I'll put these. The main clip was good. Okay, so what I'll do tonight, because I can't really do anything about that right now, but what I'll do is I'll just talk behind the scenes and we'll expeditiously get through this. You guys don't need to see my beautiful face anyway. All right, let's get to it.
You know, a friend of mine asked me, they said, Cook, what are you doing for Father's Day? And I told them absolutely nothing. They said, your kids aren't taking you out for Father's Day? I said, my children have never given me a Father's Day gift. Never. They said, but you got 5 kids. And the way you treat those kids, like you treat them like gold, and they never gave you one? I said, they've never given me a Father's Day gift. You know, and I used to scratch my head and wonder, you know, why. I remember giving one of them some money to get me a Father's Day gift, and they spent it.
Damn, it's cold.
Giving them money to get a Christmas gift, and they spent it.
Damn.
You know, like I've never been an absent dad. Never, ever, 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 ever.
So this dude has been there.
You know, I used to drive an hour to go pick one up and drive another hour to go pick 3 up, and then drive some more and go pick the other one up. I would get them all at one time, faithfully. You know, the weekends, like I never ever literally missed a beat, you know. And I remember we used to go to the store and people would ridicule me, not looking at it as a single dad, you know, with 5 kids, and that's taking the liberty to be in his kid's life. But they would call me in the basketball team, so on and so forth. But, you know, I thought that things would have gotten better when they got 18.
Oh, keep listening.
That they would have, you know, things would have gotten better in terms of, you know, our relationship, because, you know, I've always been involved in their schooling. You know, every principal at all of their schools from elementary up, every counselor, every teacher. Like I've won Parent of the Year numerous times. You know, there were times where I would go get my children or my boys. I would drive an hour to get them. And I'd be on the phone with my buddy. And my buddy would say to me, Cook, I know you're still not waiting for them. Man, you need to drive off. And week after week, I would go over there and they still wouldn't come out. And so one of my buddies said, man, you know, with your kids and the stuff that you have to deal with them, and I mean, you know, deal with their mother and stuff like that. He said, man, I wouldn't even go back around them anymore. Just wait till they turn 18 and then try to reconnect with them. But you can't keep taking yourself through that.
I'm going to stop the video there because it is a very long clip, but I wanted to stop it here because you heard about this dude. He talked about not being an absent father. He talked about driving in hours to go see his kids, and they still was a handful. Now, I don't know what the mother was telling them or what was going on with that dynamic, but the very end to me is the part that stands out the most. And the part that stands out the most to me is the fact that he had this buddy that was talking about, hey, just wait until they're 18 and then try to reconnect. Now, this might sound cold if you're listening. If you're a woman listening to this sounds cold. And then you'd say, well, well, he a deadbeat if he would have done that and this, that, and the third. But men get tired, man. Not only do they have to deal with, dealing with the baby mama, but they also have to deal with life. Life beating a man down every day. Hell, a man beating a black man down every day. And it's a real thing, man. Driving, whether or not, you're going to make it home, whether you're going to get taken out by the popo, whether you're going to get taken out by another dude or a person that looks just like you. Yeah, exactly, Juju, exactly. Let me put some of this up on the screen. King says, homeboy went through it with 5 ungrateful kids. Absolutely. Right? Most men don't ask for anything, right? But they rarely get anything. Even in this case, he gave the kids some money to get stuff and they spent it on himself. Juju says 5 kids and they never got him nothing. His kid's mother must have poisoned their mind. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now I'm about to put myself up on the screen real quick so we can get to the next video. We have a lot to talk about tonight. So now, hold up. Okay. Let me put this on the screen so we get past the lagginess. Okay. So listen, shout out to my brother there, P, my cousin brother P, right? So thank you for being here, brother. All right. So a lot of men get tired. They get beat down by life. They get beat down by the everyday hustle and grind, just trying to make it. And then on top of it, they're trying to beat it. They're trying to show some effort. And now you have a society of women that are being told they can do it on their own. And they're using the system to use the kids against the man. But we have a lot more to talk about, so I'm not going to get too deep in that. So what does a man get for being married to these modern women today? This is pertinent to this conversation that we're talking about, okay? So men are expected to do all these things. We're told all the time about all the things that men are expected to do. And what do men get for at least the real ones, the good ones, the ones that's out there working hard and busting their ass every day? What do they get for all of this? I'm about to show you. You guys may have seen this clip go viral about the man talking about what his woman got him from lunch. We're only reviewing this again, so please bear with me. We're reviewing this because it's pertinent to the narrative I'm trying to lay out for you all tonight.
Non-traditional things we do in our relationship. My first one is we pretty much go 50-50 on all domestic labor, but we don't go 50-50 on bills and financial things.
Okay, I'm gonna pause there. You guys who have seen this is familiar with this. I haven't got a chance to talk about it on the channel. They go 50-50 on all the work around the house, but they don't go 50-50 in the bills. Okay. Does she go 50-50 on taking the car to get washed? Does she go 50-50 when it's time to change that light bulb or that filter or, that clogged sink? Huh? Now listen, I'm going to tell you, gents, if you are a man in your household and you aren't contributing to keeping the house clean, to me, this is Sean's personal opinion. That's a problem. Okay? Because you should want to keep your house clean too. But what I'm trying to say is there's an expectation of modern women today, even when men, and I've showed you guys this on the channel, even when men, pardon me, you guys, are going 50-50 on the housework, that does not guarantee that woman is going to stay around. It does not guarantee that woman going to give you respect. It's funny because we see the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Chad Thunderstrokes, the Tyrones, the Gloctaviuses, and the Felantonios give women next to nothing, yet they give their all to these type of men. But let's continue to listen what this man gets for paying all the bills, but going half on the domestic work. Drew, I'll get to your comment here in a minute, brother. Give me a second.
So now that we know that he's super provider, man, let's see what his wife, well, his girlfriend is packing him for.
Oh, that's his girlfriend. I thought that was his wife. Jesus Christ. All right.
What's cracking, y'all? This one my girlfriend packed me for lunch, day 3. And yeah, I got a new job. Who cares? Starting off with an essential, bottled water. We always need our bottled water. I got some chips, jalapeno. These chips is fire. If you don't know, I just put one again. We got 2 beef sticks. I don't know why we got 2 today, but yeah, I actually like them, so it don't really matter. We got a granola bar
It is kind of fun.
and a peach cup. Lastly, we got a PB&J. And yeah, I like PB&Js because why not? It reminds me of my childhood.
Oh.
And I guess this is a good lunch, man.
It is funny.
Bro.
Not gonna lie.
Bro, I wish I would be paying all the bills, bro. My wife packs me lunch. Bro, that's not lunch, bro. Those are snacks, bro.
Yeah.
That's a kindergartner meal, dog.
Son, let me just say this. That's the kind of, me and my girl talked about this a couple of nights ago when I was by her house, right? And I told her I had the old school lunch pills. I'm talking about the metal joints, okay? I had the Goofy and I had the Disney lunch pill with Goofy and somebody else on it. And I had a little thermos with it and everything. And man, you know, I used to get like, sometimes I get the little Star Crunches, and then you trade that for one of them peanut butter bars, right? That's what that looked like to me, okay? The dude, P said that dude eating Lunchables. King said Thunderstrokes, yep. And then based on the last one, shout out to Drew, thank you for being here. He said, I don't ask for nothing material. I always ask for my daughter's love, and as long as I hear I love you, I am good to go. And that's what a lot of men live off of. But let's get back to this dude getting the Lunchables, okay? Like, you telling me you getting this same PB&J stuff, but you ain't got no meal left over, no leftovers to take, something you can heat up in the microwave, right? I'm not even saying a woman got to go ahead and cook a whole new meal just so he can have lunch. I'm saying there ain't no leftovers. Listen, I'm from the South, okay? Me and P from the South. We from that dirty. And in the dirty, hell, I live alone right now, and I usually cook enough for 4 to 6 people to eat, okay? Now, I'm a big dude now, so I be eating the whole thing sometimes, but we're not going to go there, okay? I'm working on that. Okay, don't judge a brother, but that's where we at. All right? Juju, say that right there. No nutrition at all, straight sugar. That dude is going to be heading to an early grave eating that damn grown man Lunchable. That's what that is, a grown man Lunchable. Let's finish hearing what your boy got to say about this real quick.
And you settling for that. Oh, the meal reminds me of my childhood, bro. I bet it does, bro. You're a grown man, bro. You're 23. And you're paying all the bills for a woman that doesn't have your kids, like I said before, bro.
Wait.
Bro, I'm trying to help you.
They ain't got no kids?
Run. You're paying all the bills, and you're not even getting a hot meal every day.
Bro.
Shouldn't no meal remind you of your childhood, bro? And you're paying all the bills. Bro, we have to wisen up, bro. You have to get in your soft guy area. You have to move in alignment with the SGE.
Okay, I don't feel like talking about soft guy era right now. Okay, I'm gonna bring myself back up the screen. And I'm gonna get the next video up. If you guys want to know why I'm not on the screens, because we're having some technical issues that I cannot do anything about at this moment. So please bear with me. All right, put this next guy up on screen, bro. So that's what the last video was to show you the wife treatment that some women are giving men today. That's the wife treatment. And here's the thing. A lot of you dudes, younger dudes out there, if you considering marriage, if you think that you're going to continue to get what you got in the beginning, once you've been married for a while, It rarely happens. It rarely happens. You could be super dude, okay? I almost use the N word, but you could be super ninja, okay? And and 5 years from now, things are gonna be different. Again, that's not all women, okay? Ladies, before y'all jump on me now, it's not all women, but it is really hard for people, both men and women, to sustain what they were in the beginning. So if you getting PBs and J's now, hell, she could be telling you to make your own lunch after 5 years. Okay? Make your own little grown man lunchable. Now I brought this one up, this next clip, because I want to show you. We talked about how dads didn't feel appreciated, but we know in modern society today, a lot of men are being pushed out of the homes. A lot of men are being pushed away from being fathers to their kids. I want to start off, I want to go and show you another side of what men are going through. A lot of these clips is going to be us talking about what men are going through and how men are basically struggling to even want a relationship, to even want to have kids anymore. So let's hear what the old boy got to say.
Today I want to talk about how child support is
It's a scam.
ruining my life.
Okay, ruin his life. All right.
I got a kid that's 7 years old. Will be turning 8 soon. You know, I've been supporting them the best I can, sending the child's mother about $500 to $600 a month, which I think is good enough for one kid, you know, for all his expenses for the month.
Listen, a lot of women will tell you that ain't good enough. Okay, 500 ain't nothing. Now, considering that we hear from modern women all the time that they can do it all by themselves, they don't need a man, right? Et cetera. Then 500 gonna get you that extra bedroom. 500 gonna, if you're doing okay. Let's put it this way. If I had my son right now and I had 500 extra dollars, man, we'd be straight. Hell, I damn near take the 500 and just start putting it away for a rainy day for him. Hell, brilliant idea would be put that away and that could pay for his car later in the future. See, the difference is that women look for child support to be able to, some women look at it to be able to live off of. It's not all women. I don't have a problem with women needing to use the child support to take care of the child, and that's fine. I get it. Stuff is expensive, right? Things are expensive. But it blows my mind when you have women talking about, I don't have money, yet you see them with new wigs, new outfits, out all the time, yet the kid ain't got no money. I showed y'all a clip recently in a video where the dude was supposed to see his son, and she said if he need to come up with an extra $1,000. Then she got the dude to settle on 300, and that if he want to see his son, he better come there with the ready to send the money. Women are bargaining with these kids, y'all. Let me catch this real quick and we're going to get back to this video. Shout out to Drew. He says, salute my brother supporting black male media. I appreciate you so much, Drew. Thank you so much. Preston was like, sorry I'm late for the show, but ready to go. All good, man. We're having some technical issues, so you're probably not going to see me on screen tonight, but I also appreciate that. P says they also use it as control. Yeah, absolutely. Let's listen to what this brother's story is, okay?
But my BM is a greedy little and she knows that I'm a truck driver, and somebody must have been in her ear to tell her that she could get more, 20% of my check. So she took it to court, and now I'm paying about $1,000 a month.
Whoa. So he was paying $500-$600 a month. She took him to court, and now he paying $1,000 a month. Dude was making was making okay money. You know, they got some dudes who paying their child support. They realize without that money, that extra money, they got to go get another job, right? They need to get another job because they barely have enough money to live, okay? Or just to be able to run things. And then what happens? The women hear about it and they take them to court. Let's finish hearing this dude's story, and I'm going to show you the correlation of what happens in this scenario, okay? I'm painting a picture tonight, so I get it. We might have some technical issues, but you do not want to leave, because where I'm going to take this narrative tonight, every man, I don't care if black, white, yellow, brown, if you is a man out there, okay, and you a father or you want to be a potential father one day, you need to hear tonight's message. So we're going to push through the technical difficulties tonight, but I have a narrative for you. Let's listen to this brother real quick.
Which is literally one whole check, basically.
Wait, what?
So one of my checks is going straight to her. Meanwhile, I still got bills to pay. Still got rent, still got food, still got, you know, a car that I got to pay for every month. And shit has been tough, you know. So, shout out to all my fathers, all the fathers out there that think that, you know, they're going through this shit alone. You know, the best thing we can do is just, you know, keep grinding, find new ways to make money, find side hustles, and get through the 18-year mistake.
Tough.
That's all it is, a mistake at the end of the day.
Damn.
I mean, whether you rich, whether you...
Hold on, let me stop it there, okay? Ladies, that might sound cold. 18-year mistake. But ain't that, but see, like for men, that's what it feels like. Especially when you want to be there for your kids. You want to work with your baby mama if it don't work out. You want to do these things. But everybody get in women's ears and women listen to them instead of working with the man that they laid down with. And when men get fed up and they get tired and they don't have the energy anymore, the first thing that happens is everybody want to call that dude a deadbeat dad. Yes, P, it is longer than that. Let's finish hearing this.
Whether you got, you know, your life together, whatever. These girls, I mean, having a kid, I feel like just in the end, it bites you in the ass, man. So I got 10 years of paying $1,000 a month, which comes out to literally over $100,000. If you're watching this video and you ain't got no kids, wrap it up every time you have sex, bro. Wrap it up every time. Don't take no chances, because it'll be your last chance.
So listen, I've said this to you guys, but if you're new to the channel, I don't have a problem with talking about what I've been through, right? It's made me the man that I am today, a man that I'm proud of, a man that is the best version of me that I've ever been. I mean, I'm stronger than I've ever been. I'm probably better looking than I've ever been. All right. I can confidently say that I am happy with where I'm at right now. But like this man, I have been paying at least $1,000 a month for the past 22 years. Now imagine, if you will, if I could have taken that same $1,000 and invested it into the stock market, even with the ups and downs, and for 22 years, I'd be a millionaire right now. Now, ladies, you hear me saying that, you might, right? You may not like what I'm saying, but hear what I'm trying to say to you. Men could decide just to do their own thing, wrap it up, not even mess with y'all, really. Okay? And take that type of money, 500, 200, 300, and invest it for 20 plus years. And a lot of those men would be millionaires or damn near close to a millionaire, particularly if they start very young. If they start when they're very young men and can afford to do it or up it every year. But that's what it is. And in the process, the man not only doesn't see wealth, right? So our communities don't have wealth. We just don't. And then all we've created is these little demons out here, right? Or these weak, sensitive ass dudes. No offense if you one of them, but we've created weak, sensitive ass men because they weren't allowed that time with their fathers. Shout out to the women that are allowing their sons and their daughters to spend time with their dad despite their feelings about their ex. If that man ain't doing nothing wrong to them and ain't whooping on you and he wants to be there for his kids and he's a good dad and he takes them and does things and he's willing to do all these things, you should work with that man because the investment no longer is about if I put it in the stock market, the investment is in the children. The next video I'm going to play for you guys, let me put myself back up on the screen real quick. Is another man who is going through not being allowed to see his kids. Now, you all may have seen this clip, but I want to show it for you all. Hope you still keep watching. There's more to come. That's all I got to say. There's more to come. But I want you to see that as P said something earlier, right? He said they also use it as control because they know when you are a father that cares for your kids, the only way really to control a man or to manipulate a man is by using his kids against him. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to use this word. It may demonetize this whole video. I don't care. But if you are using your kids to control and or manipulate the man you laid down with, when he's trying to be there, where he wants to be there, and or he needs an opportunity to be there, you are a straight up witch. Now, I changed it. I was going to say another word, but I say you are a witch with a B, okay? Something is wrong with you. And you're going to continue to go your life and you're going to blame people for your legs you couldn't keep closed. Ooh, man, we got some controversial takes tonight.
I cannot believe she doing this to me because, like I said, you don't know me, bro. This girl, if anybody know I don't deserve this shit, it's her, bro. It's her. She know this. She know I'm not this type of man, bro. She know this.
Nice person.
And she doing this shit because she mad at me, bro. She ruining my fucking life, bro. Cause she mad. I miss my son, bro. I ain't seen my son in a month, cuz. I ain't seen my son in a month, bro. I miss that nigga every night, bro. She could leave, bro. She could leave. I don't need her, bro. How you gonna go to across the fucking country with my son, bro, and don't even wanna FaceTime me, man? I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. And I used to tell my family when they used to tell me, watch out for her. I used to tell niggas like, bro, She ain't that type, bro. She ain't gonna do me like this, bro.
Yeah, man.
She ain't gonna do me like this. Nigga, I was wrong. I was wrong, bro.
I want to put this up on screen real quick. No News Podcast. Thank you for being here tonight, man. I appreciate you. I feel his pain. It's been 8 years. Doesn't get easier. It does not. It gets no easier. And some of these women who are just straight up evil witches with a B will tell you that you don't care about your kids, but they don't see the nights and the days that you like this man here. This man right here started tearing up on this podcast. But I can guarantee you this man is crying when he's alone. Yeah, a lot of y'all women don't get to see the men crying for their children. I've done it. Man, I didn't woke up out of my sleep, tears in my eyes, man, crying out of a dream. Because I was there with my kids, and then I woke up and they weren't, and just not there. I talk about all the time about my car accident. This year will make the 10-year anniversary. I'll tell y'all when that's coming up. But this year will make the 10th anniversary of when I tried to play chicken in my SUV with a transporter bus. I lost, but at least I didn't lose my life. Prior to all that happening, my son, I was living in Hawaii, and my son had been taken off the island along with my daughter. And I was lost. I was lost. And then I was going through it at work. I was damn near about to punch my boss out. And if you all know about being in the military, you know what that would have meant if I would have punched, particularly another chief, in the face. I wouldn't be talking to y'all right now. Who knows if who knows how long I would have been in the brig for that one. Who knows where my life would be at right now if I'd have made that choice. Hell, I almost made a dumb decision and almost got my own life taken. It hurts a lot of men. So before y'all go ahead and say that men don't care, keep that shit to yourself, because that's not true. Unfortunately, as men, we know that sometimes we got to suck those tears up and we got to keep pushing on. We got to keep pushing. Because if we don't push, right, some of y'all got exes that ain't really working a lot, that's depending on other people to pay for her, your little check to pay for her. And if you didn't work, your kids would be hungry. Cousin P said, my baby mama told my kids I was deleted. My own mom hid my kids from me, and I missed 16 years of their life due to the effed up minds of the women. And I cried many nights. Absolutely. We talk about this all the time, P. Some of these women will bounce around the country, thus making it harder to take legal action too. Been there. I've been there as well. Hosting President Streets. Shit's like going to a funeral every day. My son and I cry every time we have to leave each other. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, brother. I appreciate you. I don't, fam. I ended that relationship right after that, talking about with his mom. Yeah. Let's get on to the next video, man. I don't want to stick there. I know that's an emotional topic for a lot of dudes, man. Emotional topic. I told y'all, man. Let me put this back on the screen. I told y'all tonight was going to be a very deep topic. And I don't know if I could have accurately, well, I know I could have made a good video about this, but I know that this was going to be more heartfelt if we discuss this in real time. I know that this video It's going to be more impactful and relatable to more men if we can talk about this in real time. So thank you all for being here this evening. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but I pray that you all continue to listen because we have a lot more clips to go through because I am painting a narrative. Now, some of these dudes, you know, you have dudes that we talk about the Pookies and the Ray Rays and all like that. We talk about them dudes. And we know that less than 20% of black men have created 80% of the kids in the black community. But we talk about these statistics, but what we don't say, but I've shown on this channel before, is that even though less than 16% of the men not married have created most of the kids in the black community, not all of these men are bad dudes. In this particular video's case, this man has custody of his kid, but he happened to live with one of these she demons out here. Let me show you how this went.
The check ain't coming in no more, so he can't help me with the bills no more. So him and his son finna go. Him and his son finna go. Little baby, pick your baby shoes up, cause you finna go too. You finna go with him. Your check ain't come, so you and your baby gotta go. You know all this cause my check ain't come. Yep. You finna get up out of here. You finna get up out of here. I promise you they get all your towels. Come on. Go. You finna go. Man. Ain't no more checks finna come in. Yeah, you most definitely gotta go. You can't help with no bills. That's right, little baby. Put them shoes in the bag. Put it in the bag. Put it in the bag. Tell them how I paid your bills though. Yeah, you paid my bills. But you ain't got no more checks coming in, so that means you can't help. Little baby, put them shoes in the bag. Get your jeans up. Crazy. I hope another man come here and help you out. Oh, trust me. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Listen. This woman decided to take in this single dad because he was helping out with the money. Right? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, No News Podcast. I was like, yo, I would have been like, why are you talking to my son like that? I'll get the stuff. You don't get to talk to my son no more. Bruh. Look, I'm going to skip on to the next one. I'm going to skip on to the next one. How long is it? 6 seconds? Okay, I shouldn't get copyrighted on this. If not, I'll just delete that part of the video later. There's a little bit of music that might get copyright hit, but 6 seconds, so I don't really know. It's like 5 or 6 seconds, something like that you get, right? The reason why I'm on the screen, I know I'm going to be a little choppy. As long as you guys can hear my voice, that's all that I need. But before I put this on the screen, I showed you guys a video earlier of the dude that was paying child support, that his child support got increased as soon as she found out that he was doing another job. Okay. I want you guys to keep that in mind. So dudes are like, okay, I'm paying the money. Now I'm going to try to get another better job so that I can be doing better. So I have a place to live, my own stuff, my own bills. And then I have a place to have my kid over or my kids over of my own. But a lot of men, and P can tell you this, right? He already told y'all part of his story in the chat. But P can tell you this. It is hard. It is very hard to sustain on your own when the government is taking so much out of your check. Let me show you what happens as a result to some men. It says day 67, living in my car, losing my family, not seeing my daughter in 3 years, eating a PB&J thinking. Living in his car, not seeing his daughter for 3 years. Listen, the man that we saw earlier, that was the trucker, who started paying, went from $500 to $1,000 a month. This kind of stuff. There's so I did not put the video in here. I had a video of homeless men that I forgot to put in this. Maybe I might make a compilation video sometime in the future of these clips and stuff. But a lot of those men ended up homeless because they got divorced and then they couldn't sustain themselves and pay the child support or take care of their family. So they had their wages garnished or whatever, and then they just couldn't keep up and they ended up homeless. This is a tragic, yet all too often tale of what happens to men in this system. Absolutely, right here. This system punishes you when you make more money due to women's greed. Right. Instead of asking women to go ahead and work, I know that some women are out there working and getting the child support, this, that, and the third. But even that doesn't always come out to be balanced. Some courts, even if the man is making less, some courts, they still make him pay child support because he isn't there. And sometimes those child support orders, depending on the state, can leave a man broke, can leave a man homeless. I did a video, didn't get a lot of love. It might be a members only video or I hid it, I can't remember. But if you become a member, there's a bunch of videos I hid that has really good stuff in it. And one of those videos that I talked about, I used Texas for an example. I gave what the average man makes in Texas. And I showed you how him paying child support and health care basically put him at a negative deficit every month. Most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. This even includes these so-called high-value men that women are looking to. Dudes making over 100 grand a year. Women too are basically living check to check. I think the number is like 50% of them are living check to check. And that's usually because they're overextending their means. All right? So don't get it twisted. Just because a dude got 100 grand don't mean he got money. Which is crazy. Let's get to the next clip. Now, shout out to Corey Holcomb, the 5150 show. Okay. I saw this, and this conversation, this is the conversation that happens a lot between men and women concerning this subject. All right. I really want you to listen. I forgot this woman's name. Oh, I forgot her name. But the point is, listen to what she says, how she's going to define what a good father is. And then I want you to listen to the back and forth between her and Corey. And I'm going to probably pause it a couple of times because I'm going to highlight some things that are said.
This past Sunday was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all those deserving fathers. Have to throw that in there.
No,
Only the
Diddy.
deserving fathers
Sure,
get happy
why?
fathers.
Just
No,
because
Diddy.
anybody can knock somebody up. Yeah, that's my thing. So too bad. And if people
Can I
feel,
ask you a question?
wait, if people feel offended by that, they must feel some sort of way. What made them feel that way? Yeah. You'd be like, yeah, they'd be proud of it.
Thanks for the $20, Mike
Go
Clemens.
ahead. Yes, go ahead, Corey. What were we gonna say?
D, what is a deserving father? What is it?
Father is there that not only has helped create a child, but participates in the child's life.
Okay, that is what, ladies, if you're listening, this is something that women say all the time. Man is there, he's participating, he's in the child's life, this, that, and the third. But I have showed you guys on multiple occasions on this channel how difficult it is for men to deal with some of these women. Now, it's easy to say, yo, well, he should have known who he laid down with. Yes, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. He should have. I should have. You should have. He should have. We should have known. But when the kid comes into this world, this is the same argument that women make. The man should step up. Well, what does the woman have to do? Oh, I'm doing all this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. Okay. But if you have a man that's willing to be in the child's life, shouldn't you be doing everything in your ability to allow that man access to his kid if he's trying to get access to his kid and he's trying to do for his kid? Shouldn't that be the priority? We're going to talk about how women get in their feelings over their exes? As I stated earlier, women are, and as you all stated in the chat, women use their kids for leverage as pawns to hurt the dude, to control a man. Are we going to talk about that? Women never bring that up. Y'all ever notice that? Women never bring that up. Crazy to me that women never bring that up. Let's continue on. Let's hear what Corey got to say.
Who can participate in the life of their child in this Western world if the bitch is in charge of what happens?
That's on them. That they picked them.
You see? Hear that argument? They picked them. That's why I jumped before she did. Okay? That's why I said what I said before she did. Yes. Yes, the dude laid down with that woman. The dude laid down with that woman. Oh, it's all the dude's fault because he decided to lay down with her. Let me ask you a question. When have men ever controlled access to Panani without it being a crime? If a dude, look, if dudes could get access to Panani and was up to them, every man that his thing dangles straight, okay, or to the left, all right. No offense to my brothers out there that swing the other way. I'm just trying to make a point, all right. But to all the straight hetero men out there would be finding them somebody to lay down with. This is a fact. Okay? Some would have multiple women per night. If it was just that a man could just go and I'm gonna get me some right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go stop, get me a 2-piece and a biscuit from Popeyes. Okay? And then after that, I'm gonna go pick me up a couple honeys. I'm gonna go lay down with some women. I'm gonna clap them cheeks. Man, it'd be an everyday occurrence. It'd never be the same woman for a lot of men. I'm just saying, if access was that easy for men, men would have a different woman every night. Maybe run the block on somebody that was really good. I'm just telling you, ladies, that might be hard to hear, but that's deep inside men's nature. Women control access to the Panani. And when they don't, it's a crime. Plain and simple. And any man who just takes it like that should be thrown underneath the jail. This is my official position on it. This is the way I feel about it. So I want that to be clear. But I also need you to know something. You chose to lay down with that man. Let's hear what Corey got to say, because I believe he's going to echo the same sentiments.
They did pick that woman too, so.
No, actually, the woman picked
really?
him.
Okay. All the time, Corey? Come on now.
When a woman opened her legs, she pick you.
Okay.
Is that wrong?
No, there's just, it doesn't make any sense.
You
see? This is why I said what I said first, gents, ladies. This is why I said what I said first. Because if you just hear this argument normally, women do not understand that they control access to relations. Men control access to marriage. Men don't always even control access to being in a relationship, but they definitely control access to marriage. Men are the gatekeepers of marriage. Women are the gatekeepers of lovings. All right? Plain and simple. And she just dismissed the argument. I'm going to back it up because watch when he says what he says, watch how dismissive she gets. This is why we can't have these discussions.
picked him.
Okay. All the time, Corey? Come on now.
When a woman opened her legs, she pick you.
Okay.
Is that wrong?
No, there's just, it doesn't make any sense.
You can have a child by
Congrats,
sex.
Marshall.
Love don't have to be involved, right?
Right. And it takes two to tango. So,
Right. So when you choose,
There's that thing. It takes two to tango. Absolutely. And we as men have to take accountability of what we've created. Absolutely. But part of taking accountability is giving that man the ability to take accountability. All right? You should always want your child to have access to their dad if he's not a bad man. If he ain't whooping you over the head, if he ain't going and spraying up neighborhoods, being a little demon, okay? Right? Because you definitely don't want your kid to be raised under a dude that's doing that kind of stuff. But if you have a good man or a man that's trying his best, it's hard out here. Y'all women even say it's hard out here. Yes, if it's hard for you and you can make money just by opening your legs, how much harder do you think it is for a man? Especially if you're a man that can't slang that thing like Eddie Kane. Okay? Shout out to 5 Heartbeats. I almost went there. I almost went into the ballad like a heartbeat. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. All right, if you know, you know.
choose a man and go through with the pregnancy of his baby,
okay.
you are responsible for bringing that baby into this world under the circumstances that be. You cannot blame the father for the circumstances the baby is in.
Okay.
Unless that man was your husband when you had the baby.
Ooh.
If the man wasn't your husband, the conditions that baby is growing up under is on you, Miss Open Legs. Tell me I'm wrong. All you gotta do is tell me I'm wrong. We don't even know if it's our baby half the time. Mama, baby, daddy, maybe.
Is he wrong?
Every man who's been blamed for having a baby, happy Father's Day.
Oh, let me put that cursor back on Corey. He said every man has been blamed for having a baby. Happy Father's Day. Yo, that is bars right there. And listen, some of y'all ain't gonna get it. The testing, the DNA, the Dana testing centers say that 33% of the men that they test is a Maury Povich victim. They are not the father. They is not that baby daddy. I'm that baby daddy. No, you're not. You're not that baby daddy at all. Son of a bitch. Oh, you're not the daddy. They got dudes raising kids that ain't even their kids. Funny how 90% of the people that go on Maury, it end up not being the pappy. Not being the pappy. So again, ladies, all this blame that his co-host threw on men, right? I see y'all. Shout out to my brother Cuddy in the house. Thank you, brother, for being here. I appreciate you. My big bro is in the house. All right. So women know all the people they laid down with. Us men, we don't know all the people that woman potentially laid down with and let them have access to her inner love canal. We don't know. And this system is so evil, it's so diabolical. Let me get my theatrical voice going. This system is so evil, so maniacal, so diabolical that it makes a man take care of a kid that is not his. How do y'all like that one? How'd y'all like that? Did I do that one good? Since I'm going radio voice on here. Crazy, right? That study of DNA test center says 30% you are not the father. Anything over 1% is too much. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are not wrong. And here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. Ladies, listen. It said 30%. And check this out. That's of the men that are tested. Now, y'all know these little she demons out here are looser, looser than my draws after 12 years, right? Okay. Like a well-worn set of boxers, worn out. I mean, bottom gone. Okay. I've thrown all my draws like that away. But I'm just saying, back in the day, you had to hold on to that. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm having a little fun with this. This is a deep topic. It drags you down a little bit. Okay. But imagine, if you will, that's of the men tested, y'all. That's of the men tested. That's crazy. There's probably even more. So we continue to have these debates. I'm going to stop it here. I want to read for you what this comment says on this video that this woman is going to respond to. This woman says, totally agree. Blame the men that are not sticking around to raise their children. This is the sentiment that we as men hear from women all the time. Let's hear what this life, relationship, dating coach has to say about it.
Should we be blaming the men for not sticking around to raise their children? I am Lisa, the love coach. Let's get into this controversial topic, shall we? When did this start? When did this whole thing start about not being married and then having kids? When did that whole thing start? Because there was a time where women were shamed for becoming pregnant out of wedlock. And it was good.
You can't shame anybody no more. You can't shame anybody for anything because they are free. Free to do what they want to. Free to be a 304. I'm talking about 304 and it up. Getting them cheeks clapped every night. They ain't even talking about relationships anymore, right? I say the word dating and relationships on here all the time, mostly to trigger the algorithm. But you know what's going on today? And y'all guys know this word when I say it. How many situationships is out there right now that we're not talking about? How many women are comfortable being in situationships because they're not built for relationships? Come on now, somebody. Come on now. Let me finish. Let's play a little bit more.
It was good. I think we need to bring this back.
Yeah,
I think we need
back.
to empower women to have their minds opened and their legs closed because they are making foolish decisions.
Facts.
Foolish decisions. The women are empowered to choose who they will have as the father of their child. And the women have the power to say, I'm not having babies with anybody until this person is my husband.
Ooh, bars. Bars. Ladies, you have a kid out of wedlock with a demon, okay? With the pookie-liciouses, letting him skeet his pookie juice in your love canal. And you do not ask that he make you a wife first before you spit out this demon spawn from the depths of hell itself. That's on you. That is on you. You chose it. That's right. You chose that, lady. You chose it. We don't want to tell women that they are the ones that have the power and the access to the cooch. We don't want to tell them. We don't want to tell them that because it makes them feel bad. It makes them feel like it's their fault. And then they'd have to take accountability. And that's taking accountability is hard. It makes me look like I'm a bad person. We've gotten away with the shame. There's no shame no more. There's no shame to the game. And that shame used to separate the good women from the bad women. Let me say that again for the cheap seats, for the people that's sitting way in the back at the end zone side and the nosebleed seats, can barely say anything, got the goal post and the nets blocking their view. Let me say it for those people right there. That women, it used to separate the good women from the bad women. Nowadays, we see a bunch of snakes coming toward us, and women, particularly the good women, want us to be able to know, hey, I'm a good woman. I don't know. I just see a bunch of snakes coming at me. I see a bunch of snakes on this damn plane. Okay, I'm just gonna start shooting. Well, I guess you shouldn't do that on a plane, but y'all get my point. Tired of these damn snakes on this damn plane.
The problem is the divorce laws have made it so that men get screwed through marriage. So now it's a thing where men don't want to stand up, rise up, lead families, and instead they want to protect their assets. So they're not getting married to women.
Oh, yeah, they want
So
to protect their
women
ass.
then think the only way for them to become mothers is to have a child out of wedlock, thinking that this man who owes them nothing
This
is
demon.
going to comply and fund this kid and put time on this kid.
Listen to what she said. This woman is, shout out to the women out here on social media trying to fight the good fight, and they're getting slandered. If y'all haven't checked out those videos on my channel with the women who are catching hell, telling the truth, I'm gonna listen, and y'all gotta support these videos, but I'm gonna continue to put out videos supporting the women that support men and to support the good women too. I'm gonna continue to promote that. So when I put out those videos, you drop everything you're doing and watch it all the way to the end, okay? And then click on the next video and watch that one too, okay? Support those videos because these women are catching hell. I can deal with the comments from the ladies, or I didn't even call them ladies, these she demons that come into the comments because they ain't got nothing better to do with their life. I can take it. But these women here are getting told that they should have been taken out by a rusty coat hanger when they was just a plug in their mom's love womb. Okay? Man, I am going bizarre. I swear to you, I'm not drinking tonight. Okay? I swear to you, I'm not. I'm drinking sweet tea. Sweet tea, Arnold Palmer. That's what I'm having tonight. We're keeping it good. We're keeping it chill. All right? It's crazy.
We need to do better.
Yep.
We need the laws to change, and we need to make men men, women, and have the decency of doing the right thing by the child. A child thrives when they have both a mother and a father in the home, right? This business of a single mother with no father figure in the house, that's why we see the problems we see right now in this generation.
All right, I'm not gonna play this whole thing because it's still like a minute and a half, and we have a lot of videos to get through. Damn, I'm only on clip 8. We gotta move along. But here's the thing. Let me put this comment up real quick. The media sites will shut down any negative comments about women and children out of wedlock. Remember, you're fighting now, and since you began. Yeah, listen. Abdullah put it best. It's why I gotta censor myself on this channel, right? I'm never gonna say anything too crazy, but I also I was a sailor, so I got a sailor's mouth. I know it's hard to tell on this channel because I censor so much of what I say, but I've been doing this for 4 years. And Abdullah, I promise I'm going to continue to do these topics even when it's not popular because it's important. And these stories need to be told. Now remember, see where we're at with this woman, with all the things she talked about, how we got here. How we got here. Because of the laws, because of what Abdullah talked about. Getting censored, getting shut down for telling the truth. So I'm in year 4. I pray that I'm around for year 10. And I pray that the audience has grown to a point where I can speak on these type of topics and you guys support it. I want to shout out to all of you guys right now before we go any further. Thank you all for being here tonight with me. Sorry about the technical difficulties where I can't be on screen, but the message is so important, it does not matter. You could be cooking in your kitchen and listen to me go. I'll try to throw in a couple of jokes where I can, okay? I'll try, baby, I'll try. But I pray that first of all, sorry, I want to say thank you all. We're over 35,000 subscribers. We're actually at 35.5K on our subs right now. Could not have been here without you all. This isn't the biggest channel. This channel doesn't get the most buzz, the most attention, but I can promise you it's coming from a real dude that has made real mistakes, but it's also taken real action to be the best version of himself. That's what I can promise you. I can promise you that my experience, I'll put my experience as a man up against any man's experience out here on YouTube today. Yes, they might be better presenters, they might be better orators, but I will put my experience as a man up against any man's. Warts and all, even the bad shit, I will put up against any man and I will show you a success story. I am not perfect, but through my mistakes, I want for us to learn, both men and women. Period. End of story. If we travel separately, we can get there faster. Maybe. But if we travel together, we're more likely to succeed in the mission. Okay? I don't have to tell y'all about this next person. You guys have heard this dude many times, but I thought this was very powerful and I wanted to put this in here tonight.
Nigga, I wouldn't fit to have no baby with no black woman because she wouldn't allow you to have a loving, full relationship with your son. I've seen grown men weep and cry. I'm talking about gangster bad niggas because, man, they just can't see. Because she got so much control over the baby. I watch niggas give up on life, homie. I watch niggas put their head down in shame and walk away from the baby because she got too much control. It breaks a man's spirit and soul. Your son or your daughter looking at you and mama got all to say and you supposed to be daddy, then you can't be the hero because mama played a villain and you can't come save your child from that villain. How you gonna be that hero? I kick this goddamn door in to get my baby. Bitch, that nigga, yeah, I'm gonna be a hero.
Look, say what you will about Charleston White, but that was a bad face. I'm gonna leave that on the screen. Y'all gonna have to have that etched in y'all head while I tell y'all what I got to say. Okay, y'all just gonna have to deal with that right now. It is a horrible feeling. It is a horrible feeling to not be able to save your kids, to not help your children be the best version of themselves. I want y'all to put a pin in that. I always talk about living your best life. But I always tell my kids that my job as a parent is to make sure your life and you as a person are just a little bit better than me. And for you to teach your kids to be just a little bit better than you. And if every generation, every subsequent generation had that same mindset, I'm gonna just be a little bit better than the last generation. I'm gonna be just a little bit better than the last generation. There'd be no stopping us as a community. We don't have that mindset. We've been duped into thinking that it's all about me. There's a lot of selfishness going on. People aren't thinking about the bigger picture. But I told y'all to put a pin in that because the next clip, I believe is the next clip. No, we're not yet. I'll refer back to the Charleston White thing in a second. This right here, this next clip. Shout out to Max Soul Excellence. He said, yeah, I'd probably be in a bad situation if I had a black woman for a baby mama. Yo. Oh, man. I don't even know what to say. I'm just going to laugh because I'm just going to shake my head and laugh, man. Y'all know who this is. We may not agree everything that this man says, but this is his studies. This is what he is has a doctorate in. Okay?
How he was wrong. That's not a good idea.
So, listen, Jordan Peterson, and for the ladies listening, women today, and this happened with one of my exes, right? Play rough with the kids, and then they want to tell you, or discipline, right? Try to discipline the kids, and they stop you from doing what you need to do. And over time, if kids continue to see this happening, right? Guess what they're not going to do? When they do something and the man tries to tell the kid that they're doing something wrong, and the woman continuously corrects the man because they don't like the way he's playing with them. They don't like the way he's disciplining the kids. The kids do this. And put a 1 in the chat if you've seen this, you've dealt with this, or you know of this. What do? When the man goes and says, hey, stop that. What do? What does that child do? That child looks over at the mother. does it? Have y'all not seen that before? The child go look at the mother for her to save itself from the big bad boogeyman. And this is the part where a mother has a lot of power in the dynamic of raising sound children. In that moment, the mother should only say 4 words. And those 4 words are this: don't look at me. Don't look at me. That's what the mom should say in that moment. Now, I just went through my video files because I'm about to play a video for you guys. And I played this in a previous video, but it's pertinent to what Dr. Peterson was saying. Y'all remember this from my video? Check this out.
When his wife wasn't home, this dad decided to play with his sons in the most unconventional way, through epic 2-against-1 smackdowns. As their match began, their dad used all his energy to shove them away.
Okay? This is what Jordan Peterson was talking about. When my son was born, and then when he got big enough, he was walking, I did the exact same thing to him when he was a kid. And he kept coming back. He giggling. The roughhousing was important so he didn't grow up to be a little biatch. Right. I see you there, P. I see you. You see what I'm talking about? This is what Jordan Peterson was talking about. Your children need this. Thank you, Maxwell. This is what is needed, especially for young boys. I don't expect them to be throwing little girls around like this, but the young boys, they need this. This is an important part of their development. And modern women and society are stripping away this power from a man. They would say that this man, some places, some women, some organizations would say that this is that abuse. I can't say the word, y'all know, but they would say this is abuse. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Preston. That is a short clip, but it's a very powerful message. Think about what I just said about what my goal has always been for my kids. And that's for them. They don't have to do exactly what I did. Like, doing what I did is damn near nearly impossible. My job, my career, only like 5% of the country can do it. I don't mean to brag, but only 5% of the country does what I did. It's a very small number. It's a very elite. And we're not even talking about the fact that I was on submarines. Okay? So a very small percentage of people could do the nuclear engineering that I did. Very small percentage. Check this out. Oh, sorry. Let me add this to it. You want your kids to still be better as people than you are. That was my point.
The only man on earth that wants to see you succeed more than him in this life is not your best friend. It's not your brother. It's not your relatives. It is your father. The only man that's comfortable in this life to see you bigger than him.
That, to me, is a very, very, very powerful statement. As a father, if you love your kids, and if you are a real father, a decent father, you should never feel any sort of way that your kids are more successful than you. You should never feel that way. To be their own person, growing your own way, to live the way you want to, and not by society's rules. Thank you, Abdullah. Appreciate you. Right? You guys can relate to all this. Exactly. Exactly. I told you, tonight was a very deep message, but it is one that needed to be discussed. It needed to be talked about. We have a lot more clips, so I'm going to kind of push this one along. Okay. Now, we hear all the time, right, about how I did a video on how dads aren't appreciated. If you haven't seen that video, go through the library. It's going to talk about how dads are not appreciated by society. So we've talked about this before, but today's live stream came about because of the videos that I saw from men not feeling appreciated at Father's Day. Okay? A lot of men did not feel appreciated, especially this year. For some reason, I've seen more videos this year about men not feeling appreciated than I've ever seen. But we need to talk about these mothers, okay? We hear about all these bad dads, but what are the moms' responsibility to this conversation that we're having tonight? This here is about to be bars, okay? I guarantee it's going to be bars. Check this out.
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
If there wasn't government assistance, there'd be a lot more deadbeat mothers than there are deadbeat fathers.
Hold. Tell me that was not bars. Tell me that was not bars that y'all just heard. If it wasn't for government assistance, there'd be a lot more deadbeat mothers than deadbeat fathers. Oh my God. You will never be appreciated in today's society. They will see most men as toxic. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, it was bars, right? Crazy. I saw that. I was like, okay, that's going to kick off the next segment of tonight's live stream. Let me get the next video prepped. Again, we got a lot to get through. So I let you all hear about the struggles that dads go through. Now this video tonight, obviously we're talking about the relationships between fathers and their kids and how men feel, and there's more than that, right? We're going to talk about just a little bit more than that. There's more than meets the eye in tonight's conversation. But I started y'all off with that clip because we have to look at, if we have these deadbeat fathers, then what does that say about the women? Let's hear this. Let's hear these women speak on it.
Another generational trauma I ain't think about. Single black moms making their sons their husbands.
Ooh.
Or in the role as being a husband.
And that's universal. I can't even just say with black women, because I've seen it. I've seen it on TLC. My bad. I ain't seen it real life. But that's actually crazy.
And I think that a lot of times that kind of goes into relationships, which can create a rift
really
in the relationship.
Tell me how.
So I could say, like, for instance, black moms or moms, but we'll say black. Okay. Black moms that make their sons their husbands per se tend to be very sheltering in their son's life and who they're dating. They become very territorial. They too much in your business. Everything that you talk to your mom about, there's no boundary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't learn that some things aren't really necessarily made for your mom to know about your relationship with your old lady. And then a lot of times, what you may talk to your mom in confidence with, she may come in and bring that energy to your significant other. So I think, like, you're so busy trying to please your mom and your wife at the same, mom and your girl at the same time. It can cause, you know, like that little topic about who's sitting in the front seat, your mama or your type shit.
It's emotional incest.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Ooh, that's deep.
That's the word, ain't it? That's a little loaded.
Emotional incest.
It is
Bars.
emotional incest. Like, girl, you got daddy issues. You don't know how to pick the right man, so you feel like you want to create the right man based on what you think he should be like, and it's like you're limiting his experience because it's almost like living vicariously through your son, and it's weird. Yeah, we gotta stop that.
Women, you cannot create a man. Let me rephrase that. You can create a male child, but you cannot turn that child into a man without men's influence. And a lot of these single moms out here, not all, but some, are doing exactly what these young ladies talked about. Doing exactly the thing that will hinder a young man's growth. And we see it. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this clip because I have more clips that are going to tie in to this mindset, to this occurrence that we see from mothers having son husbands. I showed y'all in my video where the young boy was taking care of his baby sister. Was that last week's podcast? Was that last week's live stream? I think that was it. Now listen, I know O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to that brother. Been in the game for a long time. O'Shea always talks about your boy here, right? But he about to drop some knowledge about what happens, particularly in the Black community, when sons start doing really well. Okay? Listen to this.
I grew up in the project. You know what my aunts were okay with?
It's a little low, so I apologize about that.
I grew up in the project. You know what my aunts were okay with? My damn cousins selling drugs so they can have leather couches and big screen TVs. They never told them not to. So these boys are doing the same thing every time a black kid goes to the NBA, NFL. What's the first fucking thing he say he gonna do with his first check?
Buy his mama house.
Buy his mama house.
There you go. Bam.
So you had to be the fucking man in the fucking family. You had to leave college just to take care of this bitch because this bitch couldn't give you a daddy worth of fuck. Yet when Peyton Manning got drafted, he didn't have to buy Olivia Manning a house. You know why? Because she had a thing called a husband. And every one of these black dudes, you see them, they got to take care of their mama. They got to be the man of the house because she couldn't pick one. You don't see how sick that is? It is. I became your husband. I became your savior because you picked ain't shit motherfuckers. And I beat what you saddled me with. You saddled me with an ain't shit daddy. You saddled me with the neighborhood that was violent, the Bloods, the Crips, they was shooting. And I was the rose that grew through the concrete. I made it, and now I gotta save your black ass like Kevin Durant's mama, where his mama is walking out on the court like she his fucking wife when he wins a championship. And what did he say? My mama's the real MVP. Because black men are wed to their mama. And many of y'all black women who date black men from the inner city, you know what y'all realize? This nigga do for his mama more than he do for you. This nigga mama would tell you, that baby don't look like you. Now he done came and questioned if you been fucking. Damn. I ain't never lied. Motherfucker.
All right, he doing a little too much cursing. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. I have no way to mute that stuff in real time. So I'm going to stop it there. But y'all got the point. Again, son husbands. Son husbands. Now, this clip here, I didn't know where to use it. I've been sitting on this clip for a minute, but I wanted to show you these little young Thundercat rented a Lamborghini for his birthday. Okay? Young Thundercat rented a Lambo for his birthday. Now, I would have already told my son, hell no, you're not getting behind a Lambo. You're going to drive this Pinto, okay? Shout out to my dudes that know about Pintos, okay, with the floor rusted out of it. The Pinto, you're going to drive that car, or the Ford Taurus, right? Wait. I know this is going to go badly. You know what? I'm going to shut the hell up. I'm going to just play it.
That's it,
Kill him, no! Kill him! Kill, caralho. Kill. Kill, pai. Call please send the ambulance. Oh, yo. Shit, yo.
Well, let's just say, No News Podcast, you were absolutely correct. J-Lock said, damn. Oh my God. That hurt my soul. Listen, let me just say that I'm not going to lie, when I saw this video clip, I said, I am glad that this young man, that these two young men survived. But you realize wrecking that car into the other car, his life he gonna be paying for that for a long time. Okay, it's gonna take decades. It might take decades for them to pay for that, unless he gonna get that fast money, and it's still gonna take a little bit. I see that in Chicago 24/7. That is unfortunate. I've never seen the clip, but I was scared from the beginning. Look, man, everything you all the sentiments that you felt in the beginning, I felt it in my bones too. And I was wondering at what point could I put this in a video? And there's a reason I put this in here. I was like, all right, I'm gonna make this video work. The reason I'm saying this is a young man that had the right guidance would have never treated this car this way. I get it. It's a Lambo. You want to see how fast it go. You want to be able to say you got it up to 100, but he was in the wrong type of place to be driving this type of car that fast. Like we had the Cav. Oh yeah, you remember the Cav? Yeah, the Cavalier. Bro, we started out with some broke cars. Me and P used to name all our cars. P had the wagon. I had the No Limit tank. We had the Cav was Nelly. We also I had my Mustang, the little LX, didn't even look like a Mustang. That was the Stang, right? We named all our cars back in the day. All our cars. But we started off small. Okay? Now, my point in showing you guys that video was just to talk about these men, young men, not having guidance. Because a young man with guidance would have known that he needed to take good care of that car and to be very cautious with it because of the cost. There's a cost associated with things going wrong. And the highest cost is that young man's life. He is lucky. They are both lucky to be alive. But I want you to hear this, though, real quick. Tell me if this ain't bars also. I got a lot of bars tonight. This is another one.
Most men in prison are there over a woman.
Oh, yes, they are. I remember when I was with Jim Brown and
in the troop when we were doing a lot of things in prisons. We did this thing where we were talking to a lot of inmates. And one time we had about 60. We broke it down and everybody in there realized the root to why they were in prison was from a woman.
I'm trying to build on this, y'all. I told y'all we going in a direction. We talking about these kids now. My brother just said it best. My daddy gonna beat my ass if I wreck this car. Facts. Bars. I told you I was gonna be bars coming out of this. Bars. That right there, that fear of knowing your dad would wreck you if you wreck that car. Yup. Kelvin, yup, TK Kirkland, man. TK Kirkland, right? And Jai White. Michael Jai White. So bars. Men end up in prison. They found out from their talks going to prisons that a lot of men end up in prison over some woman. Keep that in mind. I had a whole video idea that I was just going to talk, like I wanted to make a video for young men to show them that if they're not careful in their decisions, that prison, they're going to end up in prison. The statistics say that if you are doing certain things, the chance of you going to jail is high. And we see it all the time. Okay? We a lot of us have seen this firsthand. People doing the wrong thing, maybe some of our friends that we know that went the wrong direction, prison. I got some. I know some. We ain't talked in years, but when I went to go check on them, prison. They got Facebook posts talking about free to do. Free my brother. Free free my son. That's the kind of stuff that I see written. I'm in my mid-40s, y'all. And they talking about free people out of prison right now. Let that sink in, young men. But I'm about to play this clip because I want y'all to know prison ain't no damn flex.
Y'all see these shoes? No.
Cuddy, I'm gonna get to what you said in a second. Because everybody needs to know that my brother works in the correctional system, right? Basically checking up on in the parole system, checking up on these felons during their parole process. So read what he got to say, because it's some real stuff, young men.
Y'all see these shoes? Normally time we sit on these, so we don't have to sit on this piece right here, man, when we're using the bathroom. A lot of times we blow this powder in the air to keep the for the scent, man. We use that as like air freshener. You got your trash can behind you. That's the door. The little slot is where they bring the food and stuff through. That line we got is where you hang clothes at. That's the TV covered and stuff like that. Prayer rug, clothes hanging. This right here is a extra piece of a mat, man, for those who got back problems like me, man. And see this little thin mat, it don't hold. Like it hurts. Trust me. But yeah, use this little thin mat, man, for to keep your back from hurting. All I can tell y'all, man, is enjoy your freedom. One bad decision, one bad choice, man, can ruin your life, man. Prison not cool. Don't let nobody tell you that. I don't glorify this place. My videos is to keep y'all aware, to let y'all see what's going on, man, and keep y'all from coming to this place, man. At the end of the day, your family needs you. You got people out there that love you, depend on you, man. Enjoy your freedom, man. Don't do nothing stupid.
You know what? I really appreciate that this man said those things at the end, because we do have a culture that glorifies, or at least a subset of men that glorifies the gangsters, and they glorify gangs, the gangs, they glorify getting fast money, they glorify, having their pants sagging off their ass, they glorify that if they can't fight with the fair one, right? They can't fight you with the fair one. So when you whip their tail, they want to come back with the shank. They glorify this stuff. I'm about to take y'all comments real quick. No News Podcast says, I bet if you went to a cemetery, interviewed some tombstones, you found there's a lot of men there because of women too. Hell, war is because of women. Yeah, there's resources and stuff like that, but think about it. A lot of these places fight to try to protect their women from getting ransacked and pillaged and ran through. People went to war over that, to protect from people invading and stuff like that. Cuddy says, facts. Half of my caseload is men who got in trouble because of a woman. Then men get out of prison and then violate parole because of a woman. We'll call and get them arrested. Wow. So they violate parole, and it's usually a woman probably getting mad at them, probably threaten them, and then call my brother and his co-workers, I can't even think of the word right now, brain farted. But his fellow co-workers, right? Call them and get them put back in prison for a parole violation. Thank you for sharing that, brother. I appreciate you. I had friends go to prison when we were in high school. Flip Motorola's and pagers were out. Oh, man, I remember my pager. You know what's funny? Everybody had the colorful pagers. I was like, I just want a black pager. And I had it all the way up until I went to the military, and then I gave it to my mom. And she basically kept it until it ran, till she just didn't want to pay the bill. So whatever. But yeah, and they just got out 5-6 years ago. That is crazy. That is crazy. Them dudes up there did a 30 ban on them. Jesus. I put this in here because this is the future of our young men growing up under some of these women, not allowing men to be in the lives the way they should, thinking that they can go ahead and do this without a man. The reason women are afraid of men over bears is because women are creating the men that they're scared of. Women are creating and raising the young men that dog them out. Women are creating and raising the men that have no emotional intelligence. They are raising the kids, the men, the young men that can't control themselves, that only want to get the fast money because these women desire money. But men get all of the blame. I told you we're going bottom of the ocean tonight. This video brings me no joy to show you guys, okay? These baby mamas also, they don't care about these kids like they say they do. So they keep the dad away, or they lay down with a Pookie, a Ray Ray, a Chad, a Tyrone, a Glocktavius, a Felantonio, or a Pookie Licious. Lay down with them dudes, have a demon spawn, and these kids they don't start off as evil, but their environment is, who they're raised by is. Check this out. It's 2 a.m. and they found this kid crawling out in the middle of the damn street.
You're okay. Did you call 911?
You can call 911.
Dominic, I got a blanket in the back of the car. In the
Yeah.
Dominic,
Pick that baby
got a
up.
blanket in the car. You're okay.
Oh man. Baby in the street. This is what we doing.
Snow out there?
Did you call 911?
Yeah.
You didn't call them? Oh no.
Damn,
Snow on the
man.
road.
That's what we do now. Baby in the street.
Bring it over here, huh?
That's what people do now, you feel me? Leaving the kids in the street.
I was driving and
That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
there was a
I'm sorry I'm silent right now, but I heard this. I didn't watch this whole video clip. I knew what it was about, but this part right here, check this out.
Damn, man. That's what we do now.
Listen.
Baby in the street.
Right here, coming up.
That's what people do now, you feel me? Leaving the kids in the street.
I was driving and
That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
there was
She runs out. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. I'm about to say something that y'all gonna rarely hear me say, gents, and I'm lost for words at the moment. I really don't know what to say. Why didn't you call your brother or cousin? Yeah, somebody. I hope they still called the Popos on. I hope they did too. He's the dude that went to prison for the longest. Okay, yeah. All they wanted to do was pump poison to impress the local hood rats. I had one friend whose own mama made him sell to pay the bills. I'm from Baltimore, by the way. Shout out to Baltimore. I had a friend that lived there for a while. Actually, I've been through Baltimore. I've been to 40 states. And I will tell you that beltway, driving on that beltway is insane. Insane driving on the Baltimore beltway. I was like, yo, I have never seen anything like this beltway. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of other places that's crazy driving around. But that beltway was its own thing. I just crazy. Crazy.
If a woman doesn't have a good relationship with her father, and you're a good man that's good at being a man, you're strong, you're virtuous, you're a leader. If she didn't value her father, what makes you think she will value you?
More bars. I put this in here because we talked about how a lot of young men end up in prison most of the time over some woman or women. Okay? If you come across a woman that doesn't have a dad and you can tell that she doesn't value men, leave that demon alone. I don't care how desperate you are. Go home, right? Go home and you know, work with Rosie and Manuela. Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters. Okay? Go ahead, work that thing out, but do not put your member inside one of those demons, because she will drag your life to hell. And I show y'all all the time. We're rolling through these clips, man. I might be able to actually get to bed on time. My schedule's all shifted now, so I go to bed, wake up sometime about 3, 4 in the morning now. My schedule is always all over the place, okay? This next segment of videos, let me put this up, because I'm going to get choppy. This next segment of videos I'm going to show you guys, I think the next couple videos is to show you how men are feeling, the struggles that men are going through. Okay? I think this is important, very important, because it wasn't just for me to show y'all about the relationship or the relationship between dudes and their baby mamas or baby mamas and their baby daddies. It's also to show you that a lot of men just aren't feeling appreciated. I want y'all to hear this and let me know what y'all think.
One of the worst feelings in the world is sitting in your own house around the people you love more than anything else on this planet. And you feel alone. Not because of them, not because of who else is in the house. Because you feel like you just don't belong there anymore. Matter of fact, you don't know where you belong anymore.
I know that was a short clip, but there are a lot of men that feel that way. Right? Women talk about, I hear women get on these apps, these social medias, whatever. I see women in the comments pretty much akin marriage to slavery because they have to cook or they have to clean up some stuff. But men who go to work every day, go to the same company every day, do the same work every day, work long hours every day, and then come home, they feel like you don't even feel a part of society. After a while, you're just numb. And it sucks because, listen, there are instances where you have good women that had men that were so beat down that they just checked out. Let's be real about it. Sometimes us as men, we check out and we change because we're beat down. But it also goes to show that your relationship doesn't have the communication it needs for you to be able to voice these things to the woman you supposedly love. And it happens. It's happening a lot. I'm going to tell y'all a really quick story when we get on to the next one. This man just talked about coming home and not feeling like you belong. I know all about that, gents. I know it all too well. I want you to imagine I have gone 70 plus days underwater on a submarine, no sunlight for 70 plus days. Haven't put my foot on land in 80, 90 days. All right? I need y'all to understand this. I've come home wanting to be a good husband, wanting to be a good father. And every time I have to figure out my place back in my own family. I've had to figure out my place back in society again. I had to even figure out what was I even doing with my life. And then I just figured it out and I kept pushing on. None of that gets appreciated. None of that gets understood. And when you try to talk about these things, especially with the wrong woman, particularly with the wrong woman, and you start voicing these things, they start looking at you as weak. Or they tell you how much their problem, like you end up listening to all their problems. So and so, and the neighbor next door did this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I just told you that I don't feel human right now. And we're back talking about your shit again. Think about that, gents. I told y'all, I'm going to be real with y'all in this channel. I'm not a perfect man, but I can tell you I'm the best version now. And these are the things when I tell y'all these stories is just to let you know a little snippet of what I went through. I told you there ain't nobody on YouTube that I know that have the experiences that I have. The young men that I've mentored, the 200 people working for me prior to me retiring from the military, the 200 young men. And I had to know each and every one of their stories. And brothers, gents, some of them were from Baltimore, some of them from New York, some from Texas, Houston, Dallas, Cali, Alabama, Florida. I have had young men work for me. The 2,000 men that I have been in charge of in my 20-year career, I've heard so many stories. I told you, match any of these YouTubers with my experience. A lot of men feel alone, and nobody gives a shit. Another Charleston White clip. Let me catch this one real quick. Preston says, seriously, I believe everyone wants to be a good person and help others out of kindness, but people make it harder to trust others, especially women. Preston, I know you feel that way, man, and I can only give you, through the videos I try to, at least the videos, I just try to show y'all what not to deal with. And I told y'all months ago, and I've kept my word, I try to either leave off the videos with a positive message or a deep message for both men and women, or for one or the other to get. And I've done it on purpose because I don't want to leave y'all without some type of message that's going to not require you to think at the end of the video. I owe that to you guys. Okay? Listen, if you don't hear anything else on the videos, think of it as entertainment. But if you watch to the end, there is a message for you. There is a message to be learned for men or women or both. I owe that to you guys because I do care. And I do want to see healthy relationships. But ladies, Preston just said something that a lot of men today feel. Like they want to care and they want to have their own wives and their own girlfriends and their own relationships, but they just don't know who to trust anymore. And every time you guys co-sign on bad behavior, you could be a good woman hanging out with a ratchet 304, and when you co-sign on her behavior, you're complicit in what the hell is going on today. The stories are true. If not, how they get mad at Turkish German woman. Who? Damn, Kelvin. Off the top turnbuckle with the elbow. Jesus. That's exactly why I'm here, big bro, homie. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Preston, I appreciate you. My brother says every man I know who became emotionally vulnerable to their wives, the men said they would never do it again. Right. And Cuddy, I think we talked about this last week on the live stream. I may be wrong, or maybe I said it on a video. I do a lot of videos, y'all, so sometimes I forget, but I think we talked about it recently, where I talked about men shutting down. Women, I'm going to say it again, just in case you missed last week's live stream. But men open up, will open up to the woman that they love. And at the very moment that you slam the door or you disregard what he's trying to tell you, you disregard his feelings. You're not trying to understand. You're not trying to come from a rational perspective of understanding what this man is trying to express to you. Because often we say things and it seems just plain, tongue-in-cheek, whatever. But that's how we as men express our emotion. It may come off as a speech. It may come off as rational. It may come off as We're not saying it with our chest, but that's how men express emotion. And as soon as you close that damn door, he will never open that door again. And he might stick around. He will stick around and he will deal with stuff. And you'll notice he get distant and he'll shut down. But it'll come a point for some men that if that keeps happening, they'll either leave or they will find what they're missing in another woman. I am dropping gems for you ladies tonight. You can hate what I'm saying. You can hate the messenger. You can hate the message. But if you understand what I'm just telling you, for your relationships, for your marriages, you're going, I'm not saying there's not a lot more to do, but I'm saying this right here, allowing your man a safe space to be able to express his emotions to you is one of the most powerful things you can do as a woman. And the moment, the second, the microsecond that you take what he said, his confidence in you, and you turn that shit back on him, good luck. Good luck on getting that man to open up again. Boy, you on fire tonight. Thanks, P. Thanks. Appreciate you.
Everybody think the man is supposed to sacrifice his life for everybody else, and he don't get no reward, no enjoyment for it, and there's no return on it. The man's happiness don't mean nothing to nobody. The man's peace don't mean nothing to nobody. The man ain't appreciated, homie, till his presence is no longer there. That's the only way he can be appreciated. The foreign woman, if you give her a bag of fruit, her and her family would appreciate the bag of fruit. The American woman, you can't even take me to go get the Cheesecake Factory. You can't even take me here. That woman overseas, nigga, anything you do, she appreciate it because guess what? She can't get it. The woman automatically say, well, you got to take me here. But the man wrong showing up automatically wants some pussy and some head. So the man wrong for saying, okay, if I can't take you here, well, let me ask you this. If I take you here, am I going to get some pussy? Well, now they're going to start saying, all you want is some pussy. Yeah, because if I take you here, I want something from you and your friend. Because you placing demands. So why I can't have no demands? Nigga, you might well go find you a prostitute and say, listen, how much your monthly bill? And I'll pay this, and we go fucking fuck. You might well do that, homie. Because right now, the American woman now have reduced herself to a hoe. A prostitute. She don't want to be courted. She don't want the first date to be at the park where I ain't got to spend no money. We just sit right here on the park bench talking and laughing, getting to want to know. She don't want that, nigga.
I'm going to tell you, listen, I get that some of the language that Charleston White might speak is cruel, but he on one, okay? Talk about me on one, he on one. And ladies, that's for you to understand. Us men know this. We just want to feel, we don't need your love. We want your respect. And sometimes I get it. Sometimes you might say, well, the man don't deserve no respect. You got to work small with some of these dudes because we get that we have to get that OJT through the school of hard knocks. And for us that didn't have a dad around all the time, guess what? We had to learn that shit through the school of hard knocks. We had to learn that shit on the job. We had to get them some things wrong. So you got a man who the essence of that man is a good man. Work with that man. He can change the other things, but you gotta be patient with that man. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to praise him and respect him for the good things he is doing. And then rub his head at the end of the night and tell him how he can be better. Baby, you are awesome doing this. And you know what? You're going to be a great man. And with all due respect, man, if you just did this and this, that, and the third, you're going to be an excellent man. And I'm sorry to say, it sounds like a reward system. I've heard this before. And a woman said, why I got to, pat him on the head and reward him for something he should be doing. How many of y'all heard that before? I know y'all heard that before. I told y'all I'm going to share my experiences with y'all. It's funny to me, at the end of those long patrols that we would do on a submarine, one of the things that meant a lot to the fellas, to the guys, to the sailors, to my brothers, thing that meant a lot at the end of that underway was the award ceremony. Yeah, the award ceremony. The underway awards. We all stand out there in formation on the pier, and they call your name up there, and you come out of ranks, you walk in a, you're marching in a, the way you're supposed to militarily. You come up to the captain, you salute him, he salutes you, he drops his salute, you drop your salute. You turn to the audience, and then they read that award. They read that award. Now, I used to be able to tell you verbatim what those awards say. And I don't have one behind me. I should probably have one behind me. But all I can remember is that in given on this day, signed, blah, 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 captain, given on this day, blah, blah, blah. Or signed by so-and-so for commander, USS Pacific Fleet. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you, gents, this for because they pin that award on you, that piece of plastic or metal and some fabric, and they pin that shit on your chest, and you get it read out in front of all your peers. Everyone recognizes you for what you did during that period of time, and it feels good, man. It make you want to go harder. It make you want to work harder. It make you want to go harder so you can get the next award. Hopefully your name is called again, and you get that respect. Hell, when we got these young sailors, they don't get a medal on their chest. They usually just get this captain's award. And they feel good about it because somebody recognized them for some BS that they did on the boat. They shined the decks right. They serve food good or something, right? This is the lowest of the low on a submarine. Now let me add to this story real quick. Please bear with me on this, you guys. Please bear with me. When I retired, or right before I retired, I retired as a chief. And I was doing the job. My master chief, he retired. That's 2 ranks above me if you don't know. So that position was billeted for a master chief. And when he was getting ready to retire, there was no one, or they didn't have anybody that could come in and do my master chief's job. So the captain, the command master chief, the CO, the XO, my master chief, they decided that they were going to put me in charge, even though there were other chiefs more senior than me. They thought that I was the one who should be in charge of those 200 people. I want y'all to let that sit in. And at the time, I only had about 17 years in the Navy, maybe close 17 and a half. I had 2.5 years left to do. They let a 17-year chief be in charge of 200 people when there were people more senior than me. And at the end of it, I asked for I had 5 Navy Achievement Medals on my chest, and I wanted a Navy Commendation Medal because I thought that I deserved it. So I called my Master Chief when he was retired, and Jimmy, he gave it to you straight. If you were fucking up, excuse my French, God dang it, I just dropped the F-bomb. If you were messing up, Jimmy was going to let you know. So I called Jimmy. I said, Jimmy, I'm putting in for a Navy Commendation Medal. Do you think I deserve it? And he said, absolutely, Sean. I couldn't have done this without you. You've gone above and beyond. You've redeemed yourself from your car accident. You know, everybody loves you. Yes, put in for that. Y'all, I had a tragedy happen at the end of my time in the military. I've told y'all about it. And I didn't have a retirement ceremony. There was no time. And so they gave me my award. And instead of a Navy Commendation Medal, they gave me my 6th Navy Achievement Medal. And I felt so damn small. Why am I telling you this? Where does this fit into what we're talking about? Some of you all have a man or have had a man who was doing his damn best, was working hard, and all he needed was just that attaboy, that pat on the back. All he needed was a little bit more to push him to be even better or to work even harder. And some of you ladies have a dude who deserves a goddamn commendation medal. And you won't even give him a captain's letter, which is also an insult. You have great men, some of you ladies, and you don't appreciate them. You run him into the ground until he just wants to leave. Hell, some men don't even know their place in the house. And men like that other man I just showed y'all, that's why you have men my age deleting themselves out of this world. There is no praise for men in modern society. And you shame the good ones. You call them lame because they're doing what the hell they got to do. And while complaining that the other ones are going upside your head and leaving you. What do y'all want? Ladies, gents, I showed y'all that clip because that's stars and famous people that you may recognize talking about they feel alone. But this is the reality for a lot of men in modern society today. They don't feel heard. Listen, I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial, and this is something that I don't usually like to talk about on this channel. But men are ready to elect a convicted effing criminal because they feel like that criminal hears them. Even though he's lying to them, they would rather listen to that dude lie to them than to not feel appreciated. I want that to stick in your goddamn brains. I'm not telling you about voting for the other side or nothing like that. That's not why I'm saying this. I am saying that the dude is a goddamn criminal. And we feel comfortable putting that dude in office. We feel comfortable making that dude the party nominee. I heard a statement once, and maybe you guys remember this. People don't drink the sand because they're thirsty. They drink the sand because they don't know the difference. I forgot the movie, but I remember that phrase. And we're drinking a bunch of goddamn sand right now because we don't know the difference. This next clip is a very long clip, but I'm not going to play the whole thing. The point of this clip is to show black men trying to be fathers to their kids. And even though I am against Bronny getting drafted to the Lakers, pisses me off. As a father, I understand that you want to put your son in the best damn light. But we villainize these men, and we villainize men who are strong dads to their kids. We make it seem like they're the most evil people in the world when this is what a father does. They want to see their sons succeed.
Let me ask you something. Why is it when a black man is a full participant in his child's life and he raises that child to be a successful individual, why is it that the black man is always demonized? When it comes to being a black man, what does being a good father look like? Or does the problem comes from the father being strong, vocal, and guiding when it comes to their kid's life, and the father is knowledgeable or smart enough to not allow the system and the establishment or whatever business endeavor they're entering to just mess over their kid. They try to use terms like the father is difficult to deal with because he refuses to just sit idly by and watch you do and manipulate his kid, his seed, how you see fit. They have a problem with the father using his power, his strength, his knowledge, his wisdom, his ability to put his kid in the best situation possible, especially when he's a black man, when people of other races pass on their lineage and their legacy to their kid time and time again. But this is not supposed to transpire when it comes to a black family, a black household, or a black situation.
All right, I'm going to leave it there on that one. I wanted to put that in there because I thought it was important to just highlight the fact that people don't like the way we raise our kids. They don't think we're able to, but we're teaching them for a cruel world that don't give a shit about them. And it goes back to the father slamming the kid on the bed, roughhousing with him, teaching them that when they get slammed down, you get the hell back up. Shout out to the fathers out there doing their goddamn best. We're almost done with these clips.
This is.
We look like we're going to get done a little bit earlier than I thought, thank God, because I will need some sleep. I want y'all to know that this problem with men, it just isn't in the black community. It's not just an American problem. There is a agenda going on around the world. And ladies, you all are playing checkers right now, and you aren't seeing that this is a game of three-dimensional chess. And if you still thinking this is checkers, you're going to lose. But right now, men are losing. And there's a reason for that. You make the ones who are supposed to be the strongest, the weakest, and then you can control everyone else. It sounds like slavery, doesn't it? Sounds like what they did in slavery. I don't think y'all hearing this. I just want y'all to listen to this story, part of this story.
This is the harsh reality of Japan's homeless person. Because he can't afford to rent an apartment, 45-year-old Jiro is still unmarried. He can only live in his car every
That dude
day.
is my
At 4
age.
p.m., 45-year-old Jiro finishes today's work and returns to his car. Without a wife or children, Jiro lives in his car. After work, Jiro always goes to an internet cafe to take a shower. In Japan, there are many people like Jiro who wander around, so internet cafes do good business. A shower costs only $2, and they also offer free ice cream and manga. After showering, Jiro goes to the supermarket to buy some food. Living in his car for so many years, Jiro knows very well where to park for free and find public restrooms. After parking, Jiro starts preparing dinner. He takes out a bottle of beer from his bag, relaxing his body after a tiring day. Jiro says that despite the hardships, he enjoys the freedom and happiness of living in his car. Even with a monthly salary of only $1,000, he can live a carefree life. According to Jiro, he never considered having a relationship. After all, he has no house or car and wanders around every day, so the chances of finding a wife are almost zero. Moreover, marriage can take away a lot of freedom, so he prefers to live each day freely and happily. Jiro's current lifestyle is simple. He works during the day to cover his expenses, and at night he cooks his favorite meals in the motorhome, paired with a bottle of beer. He is very satisfied with his current life. Jiro usually goes to sleep before 11 p.m.
All right, I know it had a little bit more to go, but hang in there, hang in there. Hang in there. I actually have a second clip because I want you to know how common this is.
This is the real life of Japan's working poor. At 40, he's unmarried due to lack of money. Every day he drinks and plays video games in his rental. Do you know how bleak his day is? 8:30 p.m. 35-year-old Jiro just finished work and returned home. Jiro is a low-wage worker in Tokyo with no house, car, or savings. At 40, he is still single. Jiro enters his place and puts his things down. He goes to the kitchen to cook. After putting the rice in the cooker, Jiro takes a shower. Today is payday. After his shower, Jiro counts his cash in the living room. In Japan, paychecks are still given in cash. Jiro works as a temp in a factory. His income is low. This is considered low income in Japan, barely enough to live on. Once the rice is cooked, Jiro starts eating. Jiro is not picky about food. He rarely cooks. Usually, he buys cheap rice balls and instant noodles from convenience stores after work. Since it's payday, Jiro has a more lavish meal tonight. A balanced meal for only $5. Jiro dropped out of high school and moved to Tokyo from a rural area. With his low education, he couldn't find a decent job. Now Jiro's income barely covers living expenses. After paying rent and utilities, he has just enough left for food. After dinner, Jiro washes the dishes. Then he picks a favorite game cartridge, enjoying his gaming time. Jiro's life revolves around work. Besides working in the factory, he drinks and plays video games at home every day. He has been living this way for over a decade. At 12:30 a.m., Jiro finally goes to bed. About his current lifestyle, Jiro says change is difficult. Buying a house, car, or getting married is just a fantasy. After watching this video, what do you think of?
All right, so that's the end of it. P says, for the fathers, put them ones in the chat, y'all. Shout out to the fathers. Put a one in the chat for the dads out there, man. Seriously, man. Go ahead and do that, man. You know, I wanted y'all to see the two lives of these men in Japan because I wanted you to realize that some men have it tough. They have it tough, man. Right? Our last clip of the night I think this is the last clip of the night. Let me check. Yep. Oh. Actually, I have a late entry. So I have 2 more video clips, but this is the one that was supposed to end the video. Thank you, Speak Spanish Now. Make sure y'all go over to Speak Spanish Now. Check out Brother O's channel if you want to learn Spanish. That's the place to go. All you really need to do is just watch 1 video a day, and you're going to start learning Spanish, and he's going to break it down for you, man. Brother O says, father in the house and making a difference day to day. Thank you there, O. Appreciate you, man, and all that you do.
This video is super crazy. Take a look at it. Let me know what you
It's low.
think.
I'm
advice
sorry.
would you give to your younger
there.
self? None of this stuff mean nothing. My sister died a couple of years ago, right? She worked hard 40 years, died at 60. She didn't get to spend a penny of her pension. I see a lot of people die, and all they say, rich people, and all they say is, enjoy your life. Because none of this, in the end, means nothing. So that's what I would tell my younger self. Enjoy your life. Are you enjoying your life right now? Absolutely. See my girlfriend?
Did y'all see that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at that. That old dude. I say old dude. He probably right around my age or a little bit older. Man, look at his girlfriend, man. Look at that beautiful woman right there, man. Look at that beautiful thing. Look at that. Them locks in her. Look, she got her hair on the natural way, right? Man, let me back that up real quick. Y'all ain't hearing me.
It means nothing. So that's what I would tell my younger self. Enjoy your life. Are you enjoying your life right now? Absolutely. See my girlfriend?
Like, comment, share.
Man, look at old dude getting it. Look at my dude getting it. But you know what? Look. Old boy right here, check it out. You know, look. He look like he work out a little bit. You know what I mean? He got his little headpiece in there, probably be walking, you know, doing the best he can, and pulled him a young one. Now, for my members only, for the people that are subscribed as members of the channel, we just talked about this in a recent members only video about the importance of putting in that work, especially before you get to 40. But once you get to 40, man, you gotta, just because just because you think, well, I'm a man, I can always get a woman. That might be true. But the truth of the matter is, if you're a man and you hit over 40 and you don't take care of yourself, you ain't going to be pulling no little tenderoni like that. You ain't going to be pulling no tenderoni like that. Okay? Your ass can age like milk as well. That's what we talked about in the members only video. So if you want to become a member, join the channel for the price of a cup of coffee a month. You'll get exclusive videos where we talk about deeper stuff that I can't talk about necessarily in here or on the live streams, okay? So thank you. Shout out to all my members. I wanted to give y'all guys a shout out. We've gotten a number of members, and I'm very proud of you guys. Thank you for supporting. All right. We're going to get to the last video that I pulled. I literally screen captured this on my phone right before the live stream. Okay, so it's not going to be the best quality, but I pulled this clip because I wanted to show you guys the despair of this father. When women tell you that men don't care, that men don't love their children, that men trying to be bad dads, I want you to remember the videos we played today, and I want you to remember this video right here.
Bro, when you took my daughter from me, bro, you took my baby from me, man. You copping out the 15 years, bro. You getting 15 years for taking my daughter from me, bro. As you told me right here, you getting 15 years, bro. And my daughter, you getting 15 years, bro. You got 12 years left, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, my other kids got a deal with it. So hold on, let me talk to him. I know that man can't get to him. I didn't say something to him real quick. But you took my baby from me, bro. You took my baby from me, bro. Like, I will never forget it for that shit, bro. Swear to God, bro. I will never like, yo, bro.
Now, the last part that I clipped off a little too early is he basically said, you know, you ain't safe. I'm going to be waiting for you when you get out. This is a pain that I pray none of you ever have to go through. I'm just going to say that I understand this man's pain. All right? I understand because I went through my own pain similar to this. So when women say that men don't care about their kids, it's insulting. It is downright insulting. But at this point in my life, because my life is good and I've been blessed, despite all the things I've been through, despite everything that I've seen and I've come through, I can honestly say that it can get better. But you never forget it. It never leaves you. I want to thank each and every one of you guys tonight, but let me get to a couple of these comments real quick before we get up out of here. Cousin P said, love you, bro. Love you, boy. This was a good one. You went to the barber shop tonight. Thank you, P. I'll talk to you after. I'll text you after I get off of here, right? Abdullah says, most men can live on little to nothing. It is the women who's for desire to have the best in life from one man or another. Yes. So let me chime in on what Abdullah just said. I 1000% agree, and that's why I showed you those men in China. Yes, the one was living in his car, the other one was living in a little shanty. But notice what it said. That, yeah, maybe he would like to have a wife and kids, but he has this peaceful life, he has this routine, and he's find happiness in it. He don't have to deal with some nagging, arguing woman. And ladies, I need you all to hear this. After a certain point, this is why men can go live in the woods in a log cabin by himself with no one around but his dog and be completely at peace. Think about all the movies you've seen where a dude will be in a cabin living by himself. And you think that's got to be a sad existence, but he's fine. And then there's usually some woman that comes along and they try to show she softened his heart. She made him better. But sometimes in those movies, you notice that trouble come along when that woman come there. The dude is some dude who live in a cabin and he wound up having to protect her from her troubles. He was at peace. And then some woman come along that he start caring for, and now he got problems he didn't have before. Men can be okay living in an apartment, a shoebox with nothing in there but a pallet, a chair, a TV, a gaming console, and a refrigerator. Fine, completely fine. And y'all wonder how we do it? It's because there is nothing like coming home to your own shit in peace and not having someone nag you about some BS. And at this point in my life, I choose peace. Thank God I have a beautiful woman who is a very peaceful woman. And I am lucky enough and blessed enough to say to you guys that I am glad that I have gotten rid of those demons in me that had me thriving in chaos, and now I love and respect peace. And I have a peaceful woman. And that's hard to find. But when you have it, it's a blessing. And I am truly blessed. Okay? Japan, right? Not China. Yeah, Japan. Right. Exactly. No one deserves to live in misery, but that's what modern women do. I already read that one. I'm seriously not even trying to waste my time or money. I mean, what's the point anymore when you only get stuck with me, a parasite leech? Listen, for the men that feel like Preston do, as much as we as men are able to go to that log cabin or that little 1-bedroom place and live alone and be peaceful, or live in your car or whatever and find peace and solace in that, we're not meant to be alone. See, the lie that women tell themselves is that they don't need a man. Sorry, scratch that, reverse it, flip it. Okay? The lie that women have been told and that they believe now is that they don't need us men. But I've showed you on this channel that when men are asked the same question, men don't say we don't need women. They say, yeah, we do. It's the women out here shouting, we don't need a man. We'd rather be in the woods with a goddamn bear. A bear. And in my next video that I'm going to make, I think it's my next video I'm going to make, I'm not going to put it out Thursday. Well, you know what? Let's see how I'm feeling. Let's see what time I wake up tonight. If I wake up at 3 in the morning, I'll put that video out tomorrow. If my sleep schedule's all messed up, expect it Friday, 4 p.m. Okay? But the next video is going to talk about how women, some women, I want to highlight the dumb stuff that they say. Caught myself. I want to highlight some of the dumb things some of these women say. I want to highlight some of the dumb things that they do. Yet they can tell you that they don't need a man, yet say the stupidest crap, do the stupidest things. We need each other. And if you ever hear a woman who you try to talk to and get with and she like, I don't need a man, just end that date promptly. Pay that bill and leave. Okay? Cut it off. And I know that might sound cruel, ladies, but that's the truth. If you already have that mindset, you are not in the mindset to help this man in any sort of capacity. And he can't help you. You need Jesus. Okay? But as one wise man once said, if Jesus can't save these 304s, what make you think your ass can? All right? Where else we at? Where we at? Preston, I'm not a dad, but here's a 10,000 ones for the good men that want to be there for the kids and teach them to be proud of who you are and what you're capable of. Preston, thank you so much for that. All right? Make sure. All right. Gents, sorry about the technical difficulties of tonight's video, but we got through it, and that's what we do, right? We make a way when there's no way. All right? We do what we can and be the best version. We do what we can to get to where we need to do. Get to where we need to be so we can live our best life. All right? Thank you all for being here. Shout out to all of you gents. Thank you for the 35,000 subs. Thank you to my members only. I'll make another members only video this weekend. I like the term members only Monday. Okay? Members also have early access to any video that I put out before 4 p.m. You'll get to see any video I get ready to make. You'll see it when I put it out, right? And also you'll get exclusive content, more to come, I promise. You'll get exclusive content that you won't be able to get on the normal channel. And literally it's $4.99 a month. The price is actually less than a cup of Starbucks coffee to be a member of this channel. All right. And I'm going to eventually build up the members only to have more kind of talks more kind of videos, stuff that I would not put on this channel normally. That's what you get if you become a member of this channel. And I want to thank each and every one of my members. I want to thank each and every one of my ladies and my gents for listening and being a part of this tonight. And we're going to get up out of here. And with that being said, I'm sorry. I started off the way I said at the beginning. Gents, until next time, live your best life.